What is up, you guys? I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. So, today I wanted to talk about Nicki Minaj as she finally dropped her highly anticipated remix to her hit song, Fluck the Club Up. Now, this is a huge record for Nicki, and many fans have been begging her for a remix to this song, and Nicki has finally delivered. So, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the lead up to this song, as well as my personal opinion on this remix. Also, before we jump into it, I do want to say if you are interested in female rap, music conversations and debates, music reviews, and really anything music related, definitely consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, let's talk about Nicki Minaj's Plug the Club Up, the Sleeze mix featuring Travis Scott, Chris Brown, and Sexyy Red. So, the original Fluck the Club Up was one of the standout tracks from Nicki's latest album, Pink Friday 2, and it was immediately met with a lot of love and support upon its release. The song's initial success really got fans wanting to hear a remix to this track as well as a music video, but I think the hype for a remix really amplified once Nicki directly tweeted Sexyy Red asking her to hit Nicki up to lay down a verse for this upcoming remix. Fans immediately were so excited and pumped for this release. Like, it really seemed like everyone was hype as hell, as after 4 months, we would finally get a remix to this song. As I mentioned before, this is one of the best performing songs off Pink Friday 2, and considering how long it's been since its initial release, I do think a remix really could help this song continue to grow. Now, I think what really got people excited about this remix is that Nicki claimed that there would be two additional superstars featured on this track in addition to herself and Sexyy Red. Nicki tweeted this as well as made an Instagram story stating that we wouldn't even be able to predict who exactly was going to be on this song. This immediately got everyone speculating and trying to play detective to figure out who was going to be featured on this song. The name I heard thrown around the most was Drake's name, and it seemingly felt like a lot of people wanted to hear Drake on this song. On the other hand, there were some people trying to insinuate that Nicki was overhyping the features on this song and the guest artists would not be as intriguing as we are all hoping. Essentially, many believe that the features would be up and coming rappers opposed to well known rap stars, as Nicki has a history of overhyping some of her releases, as a similar issue happened in the past with her features for the Pink Friday 2 album. But Nicki Minaj was not to disappoint, as on Thursday morning, roughly 12 hours before the remix was set to be released, Nicki posted the official cover art for the song, officially revealing that the features would include Travis Scott, Chris Brown, and Sexyy Red. Now, let me just say, I don't know about y'all, but this lineup definitely got me excited for this remix. First of all, it's been far too long since we have heard Nicki and Chris Brown on a track together, and they always deliver a bop. And then I was thoroughly shocked to see Travis Scott's name on here. Like, considering the little drama that he and Nicki had back in 2018, I am super excited to hear all of them together. And obviously, Sexy has been poppin', so I was pretty confident in her ability to deliver a fun verse. Overall, my initial thoughts when I saw this lineup was I thought it had a lot of potential to create a fun ass bop, and the features definitely got me way more excited for this remix than I initially was. Okay, we've discussed the lead up to this remix enough. Let's finally dive into the Fluck the Club Up Sleeze mix. So, the original Fleck the Club Up is already a song that I enjoy. You know, it has a lot of energy, so I was hoping the remix would exude even more energy. And these four did not disappoint, in my opinion. Nicki opens up the track with her iconic high heels on my tippies, and the whole verse starting us off really strong. And let me just say that the transition into Travis's verse was so good. I genuinely was like, oh shit, when I first heard that. The Flex the Club Up in his little auto tune voice was so dope sounding, in my opinion. I also really like the back to back I came back to fuck the club up line. It really sounded like a little Drake and Nicki shout out to me. So I did think that was a dope line. And I do think the can you twerk part is definitely gonna go crazy in the part for real. So I think Travis really delivered on his verse here. Okay, y'all. Now, I did not expect Mr. Chris Breezy to get on this track and start spitting. I genuinely thought he was gonna be singing the chorus or something. I did not expect him to deliver bars, so I was thoroughly shocked. Like, my jaw was actually on the floor. I will say the lyrical content itself of his verse really isn't anything special, but the delivery was insane in my opinion. I do like Chris's verse. I think it would be something nice to bop to, but he's honestly middle of the pack to me. Next up, we have Sexy's verse, and I'm not gonna lie, when she first started, I thought it was the weakest in my opinion. But I think her verse following Nicki's intermission had a lot more energy, and I did enjoy it after that. Overall, I did enjoy Sexy's verse, but when it comes to like energy, I guess I felt like I got more energy off Travis and even Chris. So she does, in my opinion, have the weakest verse out of these three. And speaking of Nicki's intermission, I do wish she added a little bit more to this remix. I thought this little stanza that she had during Sexy's verse was cute. Like, I honestly liked it, but I would have appreciated a longer verse from her, you know? Like, this was literally just 4 lines. But nonetheless, I did enjoy this new addition to her song. Overall, I do enjoy this remix as a whole, especially Travis Scott's verse. I would say his verse is probably my favorite out of them all. But I personally do think that I still prefer the original version of this song solely because I think I get the most energy off of Nicki's original verses. But this is all simply my subjective opinion and nothing I said was a fact. This was simply my personal review on Nicki Minaj's Fleck the Club Up Sleeze mix. But I definitely want to hear all of your guys' thoughts on this remix. Did you enjoy the remix? Do you prefer this version or the original version better? Who, in your opinion, had the best verse? Do not be afraid to sound off in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and making it this far, and hopefully, I will see all of you guys in the next one. Peace.